Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Ask me how we got here, 'cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries as we'll fall now. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. I drag you out your mind, and there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And then we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me.
Well, hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. Today is July 21st, 2024, 8:38 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Thank you all so much for joining me. Good to see you all. Thank you for your time. Could have chosen to be anywhere, but you chose to be here. Truly grateful for that. So, I took a walk earlier and kind of got out of the house a little bit and got some fresh air. And I was thinking, my mirror is right there. I was thinking about something, and I forgot to show you guys this the other day. and it got me thinking about Mississippi, Horn Lake, Mississippi. We have, not we, but, there has been a 5-mile radius at least searched in the area in Hendersonville, right? In Hendersonville. I look like a hot cougar. Arr, thank you. So in my opinion, I mean, they covered over 12,000 foot miles, like people on foot, along with fixed wing aircraft, right? Drones, horseback riding, four-wheeler riding, all of that. Now, there has not been any names of anyone named a particular suspect in this case. And that's because TBI doesn't normally name suspects, and they normally don't clear people either. It is frustrating, but it's Tennessee. So, oh, you got your leopard pajamas on. You got your leopard pajamas on. Oh, by the way, Candy Lee, thank you so much for 5 months, my dear. Really appreciate it. We are going to be praying for you. You're going to do just fine. You're going to do just fine, my dear. So, someone sent me something the other day, and after we have spoken about the Caleb Harris situation, how he was found. And oh my God, Muscles, thank you so very much, my dear. Thank you. Very sweet. Thank you, my love. I appreciate that. I really do. Okay. Beep, beep, mother chickens. Because you know what happens when we get 5 or more memberships. Let's go.
This is a Brooklyn-bound 2 express train. The next stop is Fulton Street.
Stand
Beep, beep,
clear
mother
of the
chickens.
closing doors, please.
My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes.
Thank you, my dear Muscles and Mascara, for gifting 5 pearl necklaces. If you received one of those pearl necklaces, please thank our beloved Muscles and Mascara. She makes me look like Honey Boo Boo. Look at those freaking abs. I'm over here like, I love her. Love her to pieces. Thank you, Muscles. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate that. And your applications have been approved. Thank you so much. I'm so dang organized. I don't know about that, but I'm trying. I try. Thank you so much, Muscles. Really do appreciate that. If you received those, love you too, my dear. So good to see you, Kathleen. So yes, getting back to so we talked about Caleb Harris, how he was found. Now, with Caleb Harris, as of now, they are saying there is no indication of foul play, right? No indication of foul play, but it's not over until the reports have came out and all of that, right? So someone sent me something that was right in front of our eyes, and I never thought of it until, I mean, I did, but I didn't think of it there. Didn't think of it there. Now, you know that they were very interested in looking through, like, I guess it was the storm drains and all of that in Hendersonville. Hendersonville, right? Well, I want to show you something about the campground. And let me tell you, okay? Let me just show you. Maybe nothing, it might be something. And we are talking about Yogi Bear. Look at this picture. What do you see here? You see anything interesting? Do you see anything interesting? Hello, Cher. I'm looking leopardy. Are you saying I'm looking like a leopard? Or I look leopardy? Forgive me, Lord. I'm sorry. Yes. Storm drains, manholes, right? Out. Step out of your camper. Step out of your camper. Now, if you have ever been to a campground, right? You know that it's very, the sewage thing is very complex, because every one of these hookups, you get this hose out and you attach it. It's like, and you put it, there's a connection that your waste is removed from your RV, your camper, and all of that. And there's a lot of them. Step out of your camper, mother chicken. Yes. So, how do we know? You know, I am just trying to think of anywhere and everywhere, right? Now, I didn't see this actually. A subscriber sent this to me and was like, "Oh my god." Now, they did, from what I understand, call in and make, and say, did you ever check this or did you ever check that? So they did that several few days ago, I think. So, oh, hold on. Okay, sorry. I almost exit out of everything. What did this to Caleb? Who did this to Caleb and why? Well, they, as of now, they're saying there's no, uh some have dump stations. Yes. So last night I was watching a case where this older man, he unalived his wife, right? And he had access to this, like, it was like a sulfate pond from some waste that they would dump into these ponds. They were very acidic, and they believe they never found the woman, ever found the woman, because they couldn't go in those ponds. And it had been so long that she would have been there would have been nothing left, right? There would have been nothing left. Those lids, not these lids. These lids don't weigh 300 pounds. Um, Now the one with like Caleb Harris, I don't know. They said that there was things, manholes or whatever they're called, in like the field out next to where uh Caleb Harris was. Um you know what? Let's go to Google Earth and let's look on let's see if we can find anything on the property. How about that? Google Earth. Um you know what I think there needs to be, even if this takes a long time, I think there needs to be a search, um all the way down that highway, right? Off, on the sides of the roads, right off, maybe not busy exits. um a lot of times you'll get off of an exit and there'll be like nothing there, and there might be like a gas station half a mile down the road, right? Check everywhere. I think there needs to be more searching in Horn Lake myself. Um, we've got to remember that there was 17 hours that we have no idea what went on. We have no idea. No idea, right? So there is that. Please do me a favor, guys, and hit that thumbs up button if you haven't yet. Okay, it's 1400. Sorry, I'm looking for something here. All right. Let me go over here. And we're going to go right here. All right. Uh-oh. What'd I do? Okay. Let's see here. Street view. Okay. So this is, there's all kinds of woods out through here. Now, I want to tell you guys about a creator. Jennifer, yay! We got a new pearl. Welcome, Jennifer. Thank you. Thank you, my love. Appreciate you. Welcome to the family, Jennifer. Pearls look amazing on you, my darling. Really do appreciate it. Chris even said they specifically storm drain system specifically around the home. Yeah, but not a campground. Exactly. Yes. Yes. Thank you for being the 301 to hit that thumbs up. Yes, Silver drove the 3-hour route from Mississippi to Hendersonville. That's amazing. And that's actually who I have in my description. If you have not subbed up to a channel called Silver on the Screen, make sure you click in my description below and sub up to him. He is a local, really pounding the pavement just to provide for you know, looking for Sebastian, uh taking a lot of hours to, drive from Horn or Horn Lake to Hendersonville, looking all around. Very genuine guy. You can just tell. Sometimes you can just tell authentic people. He's just a really good guy. You can tell he is just a genuine Southern guy. Um, so really nice guy. So we're going to nice fella. Oh, thank you so much. Yep, we're all just yeah. Okay, so one sec. All right, so this is the Horn Yogi Bear Jellystone Park Camp Resort, where Chris was staying. Okay, thank you, True Sleuth. I will. Sammy G, welcome, my friend. Thank you so very much. Yes. Thank you, True Sleuth. Yeah, we're. I want to maybe look at silvers there. We'll definitely do that. Definitely do that. Thank you so much, Sammy G, for becoming a member. You are gorgeous, gorgeous. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate your subscription, my dear. Oh, Darzilla, thank you, my loves. Hey, everyone. I hope you're having a good day. Paying my late fees. Thank you, Justin. Ready to help missing, working on my missing page while watching Justice for Sebastian. Thank you, Miss Darzilla. Appreciate you. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. Very sweet. Tit for tat. Thank you so much for gifting a pearl necklace. Thank you, my dear. Really do appreciate that. If you received that pearl necklace, please thank our beloved Tit for Tat. Very kind. Thank you, my dear. So let's look around here. There are 2 YouTubers from Tennessee, and that's the area they are searching. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Um, you know, what, you know, I'll be honest with you, like I really worry about okay, this is it. Yeah. Yep. Okay. I really worry about that 17 hours. I really feel like this is where, in my opinion, law enforcement may have made an error. Could be wrong, could be completely wrong. I don't know. But what I'm saying is this was day 3, right? This was day 3. 72 hours. 72 hours. And you're already going back to get your camper, but you didn't even come back the same day. Right? Didn't even come back the same day. Lots of errors. Yeah. Yeah. And I'll tell you something. So many different locals, neighbors that I have spoke to said that actually, you know what? Bobby said the same thing. She said that for the first few days, whenever Sebastian went missing, everything was, they really thought he walked out the door. Really thought he walked out the door. But once they kept looking. They weren't getting a scent, right? They weren't getting any scent. They weren't getting any sort of uh, cameras. That was the big thing uh, of Sebastian leaving. And it took them time to go by, to get all of the camera footage. And in my opinion, once they got all of this camera footage, I think that changed things. I really do. I believe that is where things started turning around. That is when they said, well, we are searching more for, we're more investigating this. So I think that really changed things. Oh my goodness, Tori. Thank you so very much, my dear. Tori gifted 2 pearl necklaces. Thank you, Tori. If you received one of those 2 pearl necklaces, please thank our beloved Tori for gifting 2 pearl necklaces. Very kind of you, Tori. Thank you so very much, my dear. Really do appreciate it. Hello, Serenity. Thank you so much, my love. It bothers me that he left his wife. Thank you. Thank you. It bothers me that he left his wife, who had a missing child and is gone for 17 hours. If my spouse did that, I would tell them not to come back. Yes. Yes. You are gone. Okay. Monday. And he didn't even, okay, think about this. He didn't get there till Monday when half the day was over, right? After it was close to 2 o'clock, right? Remember, daylight is short in February, right? It's short. So February, he didn't get there till 1:30. Okay, February he didn't get there. Good Lord. Monday, he didn't get there till at least 1:30, allegedly. And he's leaving Wednesday, right? He is there a maximum at home 48 hours before he goes back and drives 3.5 hours to get his camper that he pays for in advance, right? He's been here. He's got a very he's been here for quite a while with his camper. Hey Thomas, where you been? Ain't seen you in a while. Justin, I just was in Tennessee, had to go with my mom to take a friend's son to Hendersonville, Tennessee, and we drove the I-40 route all the way back to Nashville. I saw no posters of any truck stops I went. Oh, that's sad. Thank you, Stephanie. That's really sad. Left his wife on Wednesday afternoon and called his. Yes, I forgot about that. Exactly, Mohawk. Yes, calls his wife. He calls his ex-wife. Right later on that evening. Right, calls his ex-wife. He said it's like something was bothering him. But she said, they have a really contentious relationship. But in stressful times, it's human nature. We've all done it. Was he meeting up? No. This I don't think he was I don't think he was meeting up with anyone else, but he called his ex-wife to let her know that Sebastian was missing. And she knows Chris, right? Says that's her ex, her ex-husband. And she says, I could tell like he wanted to tell me something more. But also I wanted to get off the phone because I wanted to call the attorney and tell him that there's a child missing and we have court 6 days, literally 6 days. Nina, the ex-wife, 6 days from the day he called Nina and said, we have court in 6 days, Chris, for, the daughter that they share together. And Chris said, we're not fucking going to court. Screamed it at her. Now, mind you, Sebastian had only been missing, all of maximum 3 days, right? 3 days. You weren't expecting Sebastian to come home? Because 99%, over 99%, I believe, of people that are reported missing are found. Thankfully. But he said, we're not going. It's like you knew he wasn't coming home, huh? Yeah, how did he not know that Sebastian would not be found by then? Interesting, huh? Justin, I sent you a clip where Chris said he and Danny stopped to help someone in Memphis on... Oh, really? Where did you send that, Jude? Okay. I got it. Thank you. Okay, let's look this up.
This happened not too long ago. Actually, there was a lady, she wrecked out because it was raining.
One second.
Lord knows the Memphis roads are horrible. She smashed up the whole front end of her car. Everybody drove past. Well, Katie and I pulled over, stopped to check on her. You know, and I mean, we turned around. I helped push the car off to the side of the road because where it was at. I don't have to know these people. I don't. But I think people do have compassion. I think they just have to reach back and find it. You know, all these shows that want people to come on. If you're on the side of the road, I mean, no joke. This happened not too long ago. Actually, there was a lady, she wrecked out because it was raining. And Lord knows the Memphis roads are horrible. She smashed up the whole front end of her car. Everybody drove past. Well, Katie and I pulled over, stopped to check on her. You know, and I mean, we turned around. I helped push the car off to the side of the road because where it was at. I don't have to know these people. I don't. But I think people do have compassion. I think they just have to reach back and find it. You know, all these shows that want people to come on. If you're on the side of the road, I mean, no joke. This happened not too long ago. Actually, there was a lady.
Okay. This happened not too long ago. Okay. I don't know when that happened, but it's always been perplexing to me. Why go so quick back to get your RV? Now, he said he needed a night to pack up things. Right. Now, call me crazy, but I picture Chris as being a very organized human being, extremely organized, right? Military are organized. They're organized, right? So why? Why go after just 48 hours? Sorry, I'm trying to get some messages here. This is Easy Days RV Park from Google Earth. Look. Where's that storage facility? Okay. Sleuth just sent me this. I don't know where. Easy Days RV Park. Big storage facility. Now, we've all heard of what. Why is my comments repeating? Mods, I promise I'm not. Sometimes it does that. I don't know why it does that, but sometimes it just does. So yeah, it just does that sometimes. Storage facility is part of Yogi Bear. True Sleuth sent this to me. What's wrong with? Oh, gotcha. Okay. Oh, really, Aries? Breaking U.S. intelligence warned Israel about a possible Houthi attack. Dozens of UAVs. Just gotta pray. Gotta pray. That's all we can do at this point. All right. Easy Days RV Park. Let me see where that is. Easy Days. Okay, that's in South Haven. That's in South Haven, Mississippi. Ooh, I think you might be able to go in there. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Looky what we got here. Here. Now, see this. I don't know how far this is away from the other place. Right. See, here you have every one of these. They're either a 30 amp or a 50 amp plug-in, and you just plug it in, and then you get out your little hose, and it goes into the ground for septic hookup. It is really sad. No posters, I know, right? But this looks very busy. Right. All kinds of, there's got to be lots of storm drains and all that here. For sure. Look at, I don't know what that is. Looks like it's one of those things for water and all that. But there is, the Mississippi River is really close. I know that. Very, very close. But there is a storage building behind here somewhere. somewhere here. I mean, it's really, the possibilities are endless. Really just endless. Does it not go that way? Nope, doesn't go that way. Oh, there's more up here. Dang. Does it not go that way? Okay. I mean, you know, guys, trigger warning. All it took really was going behind a store, in a dumpster, anywhere, middle of the night, right? Right. What about the GPS in the car? Well, from, I don't know. I really don't know. I wonder, I have looked, it's very simple to turn off your location. Very simple. Very simple. Go to Reddit and it will tell you how to turn off your GPS locations. Very, very simple. Because he could have borrowed a car. Yeah. It's very simple. I don't know. What bothers me? What bothers me? And let me be very clear about this. We do not know. Like, I'll speculate till the cows come home, right? And we know it's speculating. But saying something is a fact is a whole different ballgame. We do not know what kind of vehicle that is out on their street. Okay. That was out there at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay. You get what I mean? The nighttime photo. Now, we can speculate that it is something, but I heard a creator this morning saying, we know what kind, we know whose car that was or vehicle that was out there. And I thought, you're insane. No, you don't. Nobody knows what kind of vehicle that is. At least we don't. Right. Now, there is other cameras and the homeowners know what kind of vehicle it is. But us in the public do not know. Trust me, I begged. Try to know. Trust me. It's just not. We don't know. Now, when I originally thought that might be an Infinity QX80. Used to want to be sleuthing. And I had one at one time. Now I think, in my opinion, it is a truck or an SUV, but I think it's most likely an American style SUV if it is. In my opinion, the lights again are vertical. They are not horizontal. You can clearly, in my opinion, tell that these lights are up and down. Now, one thing that we know is Chris has vertical lights, right? He has vertical lights, but I don't know if that's his vehicle or not. What I do think was interesting is, does he still have the cover to his truck bed? Does he still have the cover to that truck bed? Don't know. I am K-Mac. Thank you. There's so much terrain to cover, Carmelita. Right. I don't know. I think if there's, something like a truck bed, right? How could you, for instance, a truck bed, you could you wash it out at a truck, a wash, like washing it out at a car wash? Maybe. It seems more, I don't know if it has a liner. I really don't. I just know it had a cover. It can be hollerish. Sometimes you got to have a break. Yeah. Um, I gotta warm up. Oh, oh, thank you, sweet Serenity, my dear. Thank you, my love. We have talked about those tail lights in the lights video. That now I look at everyone's tail lights and almost thought about taking pics of tail lights at work since there's a ton of different vehicles. LOL. Not a bad idea. I mean, you can Google. I mean, I can show you. You can Google, from, different makes and models. A lot, mainly American, not all, but mainly Americans, trucks and SUVs, because really, if you talk about like Ford or GMC, and they just, their GMC and their Suburbans and their Escalades are all the same, really the same. It's the same platform. It's just different bells and whistles, right? That's the only thing difference between a Chevy, a GMC, a Cadillac, is just the bells and the whistles. So, the Escalade now, they have really long lights on the back, but other than that, they're vertical in the cars, and or not the cars, the SUVs and the trucks, the Americans. But when you go to like Nissan, Infinity, right? They're horizontal. Horizontal. If you go to something like what else? Kia. Kia has the Telluride. It is it's a newer, but now it is horizontal or vertical. Sorry, vertical. I heard it was a certain model car, just word on the street, and they are not up and down. So I need to look again. I agree, Hollerish. I needed. Yeah. Has anyone ever heard of Rogers Group Rock Quarry? Uh, it was brought up in a channel today. Sounds like an interesting place to search. I don't know. This is the thing. I think it's going to be accessible, right? Like fairly accessible wherever this is. Now, hold on. We need to go. Wait a second. Excuse me. The hiccups. Okay. Is there cameras? Is there cameras here? Is there cameras? We need to know this. Because I just thought of something. Um, where would the cameras be? Does anyone know if there's cameras at the Yogi Bear? Justin, not sure if you've seen my comment above on needing your insight on an email I just sent you. I trust your insight. Okay. All right. Just, yeah, email it to me. Haven't seen any in the park. You need to know where Snapbox Drum dumps their trash. Snapbox. No, I thought they had cameras here. Okay, that's the Snapbox. U-Haul. Trying to see if there's any. Oh, let me look at this right down here to make sure there's. Okay. Look at there, guys. Uh-oh. Go back. This is exactly where Chris was parked. Very safe and clean, well managed parks. Yeah, I would just like to know where their cameras are. In the name, is the name was the side of the dumpster snap box. I don't know. Dumping station. Yes. Yes. They actually have them at gas stations too. Some gas stations or truck stops, rather. Truck stops. Let's look here. Um, I would like to see Snapbox self-storage. 2 locations to serve you. Ask about free moving. Blur. Not sponsored. She's confused. Okay, where were we? All right. Okay, here we go. Now, I bet you they have cameras up here, right? But listen, if you just, they got cameras up there at the office. Yeah, he had a camera on his RV, yeah. But they got cameras up here at the office, but they don't got cameras down there. Right? You don't know what the hell somebody's going in and out. You don't know. Yeah. That manhole cover on that dumping portal can be removed. Oh, yes, Dan, that's exactly what we were talking about earlier. Have they checked this? Have they checked this? Remember, this is going to be something they study for years. Really? That's a very interesting thing to say for your stepson, who was only missing 7 days at the time. Justin, he put a camera on that camper after Sebastian gone right there at that manhole. That is true. That is true. Very true. That might be a camera. But it's still, we are way down here. Way down yonder, right here. Right? I don't know. I just feel really weird about this, y'all. Okay, so I want to go to, oh, look at this. Now this is nice. RV Park Easy Days. I look what I just seen at the RV Park Easy Days. Now this, look here, honey. It's got a gate and a camera. Honey, you ain't getting in this piece. You are not pulling up in here. I'm gonna pull my little thing and go. Nope. You ain't coming in. Who are you? Your name Chris? Oh, lock it down. You are not getting in. Lock it down. Lock it down. Let's go. I like that little thing. Robot. Here we go. Oh my God. We have to have humor. Otherwise, we'll go crazy. Okay. What was I doing? Okay. Silver on the scene. Link is provided in the description. Make sure y'all sub up to him. He works very hard. He really does. And he deserves a lot more subscribers than he's at 2050 2000 like 2500. So
Silver's on the scene. Silver's on the scene, and I
think it's an interesting name
currently
too, Silver on the
in
Scene.
Memphis, and I'm headed to Hendersonville. That 3-hour, 37-minute from doorstep to doorstep drive, I'm probably going to do it in 3 hours. It's 240 miles. Let's see. Let's take a look. Let's click on it. Go. And it says 208 miles. So I'm a little bit outside of Memphis. I guess 32 miles or so east already from the St. Jude or the Yogi Bear. But so anyway, I'm going to make my way over there, and more to come when I get there. Maybe some stuff along the way. Maybe stop off in Jackson and see if he might have been there in the early morning hours of
He's
the
funny.
26th. You know, I'm thinking maybe he was actually there the early morning hours of the 27th. And that could be where people are getting confused, because then he wouldn't need to get to work. More to come. Silver's on the scene. Silver's on the scene. And I just stopped off at the Speedway.
Yes.
This is off I-40 east and west going to Memphis, from Memphis to Hendersonville, from Hendersonville to Memphis. And this is the gas station supposedly where someone saw a black truck in the wee morning hours of the 26th and appeared to be a teenage boy asleep in the passenger side. This one I'm not 100% about. Some say that was wrong. They checked the footage and it was not that.
Yeah, it
It was
wasn't.
a different color truck. It wasn't them. But then I'm starting to think, as I'm standing here now, maybe it was 2 days later. We know CP left on the 27th, 17 hours missing. Maybe it was the early morning hours of either the 27th or the 28th. And
How long does it take him to make it doorstep to doorstep? And what time did he drive as well? I think that would matter as well. You like his voice? He's a good guy.
you know, the tape was off. But here's what it is, just to give you an idea of the lay of the land. There's a lot of woods around. But I'm gonna walk up here and you can see the cars going. I'll zoom in. See the cars going on the freeway down there? That's the I-40. Boom, there goes one.
Okay. So he did it in 3 hours. 3 hours, 37 minutes. How long did it take him?
And there's some cars back and forth. So you get off the freeway right there. You see
Chris
the
said
sign,
3 hours and
40.
37 minutes. So how long did it take him?
And if you turn right or left, I mean, here's the thing about this gas station. I want to make a point.
He gave it 3 hours
This just
because
hit me
he
in the
stopped
head
off.
too. Like, why would you come here versus the Loves or somewhere, the Circle K over there? Well, let me tell you something. There's activity going on there. More people closer to the freeway. Look around. Nothing on that side. This place would be low key. So like I said, maybe Christopher Proudfoot came here on the early morning hours of the 28th, maybe even the 27th, and maybe Sebastian was in the car with him. He keeps saying we. Maybe.
Someone keeps saying that. Yeah, Loves is always busy. Someone keeps saying that someone went with Chris when he went back to get his camper thing. I don't see that really happening. I heard Lori too, but I mean, Lori, why would Lori go? Right? Why would anyone go? Why would Chris go for that matter? You know, that's the crazy thing. Why would Chris go? Crisco. You get it, Crisco. Baranta. Sorry.
Maybe we was him. So just a thought to add to the theory there. More to come on my way to Hendersonville.
Nothing came out, pretty much.
Once again, this is exit 87, Highway 40. So I just pulled out of that speedway, and I just wanted to show I'm actually going to this Love's here, so I'm going to pull in here. But you can see as you get closer to this freeway, you have the Love's and you have several other gas.
I mean, Ted for Tat says he's one person. We pack our RV in 2 hours tops for 5 of us. Yeah. Yeah. It's yeah, it doesn't it never took us 2 hours. I mean, what does Chris have? He changes his underwear probably once a year if he's lucky. Right? He sits in an air conditioner crane all day. He pees down a funnel. You get my drift? So he's got what? 3 outfits? It's not like he's very tidy. Right? Chris is very tidy. I believe he goes home on the weekends. And she washes his clothes. My understanding is that CP switched RV parks after Sebastian went missing. Maybe that switch occurred during the 17-hour CP was MIA, in my opinion. I don't know. I don't think he switched that I'm aware of. I don't think so. Because I'll tell you, because we talked to people and they said that he never brought anybody there the time that he was there. So I think he was always there. Metal bracelet says, yeah. Well, I see you. Are you around?
Gas stations, okay, the big Circle K. So this is much more populated, even at 3, 4, 2, 5. And
Thank you, Pamela Picks. Thank you, my dear. Crisco. Crisco. He's watching right now. He's definitely watching. Christopher is definitely watching. So is Katie is definitely watching. Guaranteed.
in the morning, there's going to be more people here. There's no way you would. This is before that gas station.
Hey, I see you. Wasn't Chris always at that place? That's what I thought, right? Was he always there at the one place? Someone said they thought that he may have been at another.
But there's no way you'd come here. Chances of being seen. So you have to have gas or you're going to run out. Then you're busted, right? So you go to the gas station that's got nothing but woods around it, and it's low key. Not expecting it to have video footage or security footage. But over here, oh yeah, you're most definitely getting caught. All right, just wanted to show that difference between that speedway and this Love's and these others that are around. More to come. Coming across the Tennessee River, hard to see going across it like this, but I'm just thinking, Silver's on the scene. Coming across this river, there's cars, you see them, 3, 4, 5 in the morning, maybe you just pull over and bloop, drop off a body. Headed to Hendersonville.
I guarantee you Chris wears cowboy boots. Not like cowboy boots, but they're like the cowboy. They are cowboy boots, but they're more of like a cowboy work boot. And he wears a shiny belt buckle, probably a little bit bigger, not too flashy big, not like like a Texas bull rider or something like that. But he wears a good one, the kind you get at Love's. That kind. The kind you get at Love's, right? $12. Get to pick on the little panel there. He wears one of those. Yes, the square toe boot, cowboy boot. Yep. He looks good in a heel. I mean, he does. I'm sure he looks good in a heel. Go, Christopher. You go. Yeah, the square toe. Yeah. Telling you. I can read. He probably smells like diesel Dollar Tree Brute shaving cream and pork rinds. Okay, ass and pork rinds. You're right, Grammy. You're right. Yep. Telling you. Ass and pork rinds. Just saying.
More to come. Silver's on the scene. All right, Silver's on the scene. As you can see, we're coming into Nashville. Coming over from Memphis. Did stop off in Jackson.
I don't know. I don't know if they get any disability for him, to be honest with you. I really don't. No, if he is missing, it would be if he is not in the household, they will not be getting that. No. Okay, sorry.
And so you pulled out of Memphis around 1:15, 1:17, and it's been a leisurely ride. Not trying to go fast, just 70, 80 miles an hour, 75 miles an hour.
Oh, okay.
Stopped
Thank you.
several times. The
I'll look at
Jackson
that.
stop, and then you have a couple of other stops for bathrooms, to grab some food. So if you take all those stops, there's at least 2 hours there. So it's coming up in the next 18 minutes where it'll be a 5-hour period. Take those 2 hours off. That drive is easily 3 hours with no worries. Just kick back and relax. If you didn't worry about stopping and maybe you kept your speed a little higher, 2.5 is possible, but 3, I'll just top it out at 3. You should be able to do 3. So let's
Hold on. I need to go back and listen to that.
It's coming up in the next 70, 80 miles an hour, 75 miles an hour. Stop several times. The Jackson stop, and then you have a couple of other stops for bathrooms, to grab some food. So if you take all those stops, there's at least 2 hours there. So it's coming up in the next 18 minutes where it'll be a 5-hour period. Take those 2 hours off. That drive is easily 3 hours with no worries. Just kick back and relax. If you didn't worry about stopping and maybe you kept your speed a little higher, 2.5 is possible, but 3, I'll just top it out at 3. You should be able to do 3. So let's use that. I'm going over 17 hours. So I'm going over to get my RV.
I love his laugh.
3 hours one way, 3 hours back, one way over. That's 6. 2 hours to do the business to hook it back up. That's 8. And I think 2 hours too much. But anyway, 8. Where's the other 9 hours, Christopher Proudfoot? The other 9 hours. That's the question. So we're rolling in. We're basically in Nashville now. 20 miles I will be at the Texas Roadhouse. And I want to look around there and make a video. So, but this one was to show the drive over, look at the Jackson.
So he said 3 hours easy. You can do it in 3 hours easy. 2.5 if you're kicking it, right? 2.5 if you're kicking it. This is which, you know, I've showed you guys the cameras at night, live cameras. It is very desolate at night. I mean, there's not a lot of anything going on, right? You kind of run on a car every now and again. Bill. So I don't know. I want to show you this. This is Silver on the scene, and it is Spirit Seeker wanted me to see this.
He's on the little sign there. But so that's 3 days in a row, and I'm not seeing any signs.
Got a similar question
of a vehicle, either be CP or KP. So I don't know where they are. Are they in Hendersonville? Maybe they are. Are they somewhere else? But there's the RV, and the first spot here at the Yogi Bear, Jellystone. But yeah, like I mentioned earlier, if you right across there, just directly across the street, you have an abandoned home in those woods. Also, I wanted to bring this up. I didn't on my last video. See what that says? New homes. So I drove yesterday. I drove that neighborhood right across the street, directly across the street. And yes, there's a lot of homes. That neighborhood's probably been there double-digit years, 10 plus years. But there are new homes, some with no drywall up. So 3 months ago, 104 days ago, maybe they were just ground. I don't know. Another place to stash a body. I always thought this home right here is weird. You can't see anything about it. It's tucked way back. Almost has a bat cave kind of drive. But yeah, so one last thing on the video. So we came from the Easy Days to Jellystone Park. And there were a couple of opportunities, but if you turn right.
So was Chris at the Easy Days before? Best nickname for him would be whatever. Oh, damn. Tell me how you really feel want to be sleuthing. Justin, if CP talked to KP for 2 to 3 hours during the time he went to get the camper, did CP talk to KP how many hours before? Okay, well, let's think about that, right? Hold on. These are getting annoying as fuck. Had them on all day. Eyes are done. Sorry. Okay. Why would he call Katie at almost 10 o'clock and talk for 2 hours? That's what I thought, ICU. The way that they talked, he was there for a while. So I don't know. Why would you call at 10 o'clock at night, right? You know, it's more likely you would want to call earlier, right? You would want to call earlier to bed for work, and there is no conversation for 3 hours. Exactly, K-Mac. Thank you, Amos, my lovies. Appreciate you. I wonder if TBI has to be a fly on the wall. Max monthly is it? 943. That's max. Yeah, trying to establish an alibi via phones being connected to each other. Hey, Misty. How are you, darling? If this happened, can we please? You guys are so funny. We need to find out if Rogers Group have cameras. Rogers Group? I'm going to check out. CP had already picked up Sebastian, and CP called, let her know he made it back to the campground. See, I don't know. See, he would have had to have. See that car at 3 o'clock in the morning. Nobody, listen, let's think about this, guys, for 1 second. That Chris lives in a upper middle class neighborhood, right? What are the chances? Thank you, Amos. Love you too, my dear. What are the chances on the very night that Sebastian goes missing? Right? The very night. In fact, within 3 to 3.5 hours of Katie waking up, right? Katie waking up and knowing Sebastian isn't there, or saying Sebastian isn't there, what is the chances of a car turning down her street that she lives there, Chris and Katie and Sebastian live on, pulling right there, and out of a common area, you see 1 to 2 people coming out of that area. Then you see them doing something, right? Then you see one person going back toward the direction of the Proudfoot home and not seeing them again. What's the chances? What's the chances? You and I saw a vehicle there with our own eyes. We know that there is a vehicle that turns its lights on, that there are people in the middle of the night. This is not a neighborhood that gets you through somewhere. You go to this neighborhood because you live there, right? You're delivering something. That's it, right? I'll wait. It is almost statistically, and that is why, in my humble opinion, and mine alone, me, I believe that law enforcement never wanted that video out. There is almost virtually statistically no chance. And I'll bet you since that night, there has not been another car that has driven in that neighborhood, right? And just walked through different common areas for no reason, right? Crime Critter, welcome to the family, my dear. Pearls look amazing on you, darling. Thank you so much for becoming a pearl. Really do appreciate that. Please welcome y'all, our dear Crime Critter, as a new family member. It is statistically, virtually, there is no other reason, right? The reasoning, you know, if there is no other, I mean, for God's sakes, y'all, not only this vehicle, I say car, but it's a vehicle, an unknown vehicle pulls in, right? Pulls off to the side, right? And then we magically see these luminous flashlights, maybe cell phones, maybe little flashlights. We see illuminating, right? Not only that, I've showed you where maybe someone in chat can remember. I just can't right now. The A creator showed that you can physically see a human being walking up in toward the light. And this vehicle didn't go anywhere, right? It didn't pull up to a house, right? Because that's what vehicles do, right? When you go to a place to deliver something, right? If you go to your home, you're going to pull in your driveway, right? You're not going to pull on the side of the road where no one lives. And I can tell you that the camera that we are seeing, when she saw that, she thought, what the hell was someone doing in front of my house? That was her first thought. What the hell is someone doing in front of my house? And then she got to looking. Well, then we see these lights. And then they're coming from people's backyards, not their front yards, their backyards. It's a common area, as the news calls it, right? Common area. And then they go to the car. And then the lights illuminate. And then we see one person going back, running, literally running faster. And then 3 hours later, a child has not been seen since. So that means either that was they were helped out, right? They were either helped out by someone, or they did it, right? Oh, where was that? Misty says, in my opinion, it's blatantly obvious that law enforcement's trying to sweep Sebastian case under the rug, and that the video being leaked is making it harder for this case just to disappear and be forgotten. We must fight for Seth and Sebastian. Well, we are not going to sweep this under the rug. So, what is it I see you? Harris. Who is it? I don't know. Ever since that video has come out and the car, or was it? Where was that thing? Ever since the video has come out and the car, CP hasn't been on any creator's channel. Well, it was bad enough whenever we saw just the lights, right? But then when we got the whole video and we noticed, oh God, someone is there. I mean, this is obvious, y'all. I mean, for me, it's not even, I mean, who is it? I see you. Are they a creator?
On Nail, is it Nail Road? Yes, Nail Road. Then what you'll see, this is where I did my first video a couple of days ago, the retention pond. Those woods open up, private property. I'm going to say it, what better way to dispose of a body than go in at 3 a.m, dig a hole on private property. They don't see you're there. You bury, you cover up, you put some leaves and brush over it. And if it's a property that the owners never really go on, then, day after day, it starts looking like nothing's been disturbed, and who gets to go on that property since it's private. But if you look further down from the retention pond, I did not come this way when I was walking the other day. I went back towards the RV, but there's just so much opportunity with these woods. And then as this road takes a turn, I came down this road yesterday for the first time, and as this road takes a turn, we'll show you other spots. So you take this turn, it's almost like a racetrack here, and you see immediately more dense woods. There's actually, I'm gonna come over here, there's actually a little bridge, we'll go over in just a second, that some type of waterways underneath it. You could simply pull on that, where that car's going now, right there. You stop your car and you do a dump into the water, and that's reminiscent of Wayne Williams.
Is that the Mississippi
A lot
River?
of child murders, how he was busted and caught. Take a left here. Now, it's 1 p.m. on a Saturday, so it's a little overcast, but imagine this strip here, 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm out at 3 in the morning and I drive by a vehicle that's stopped,
Rewind, baby kisses.
this road takes a turn. So I came down this road yesterday for the first time, and as this road takes a turn, we'll show you
Okay, thank you, Weeping.
other spots. So you take this turn, it's almost like a racetrack here, and you see immediately more dense woods. There's actually, I'm gonna come over here, there's actually a little bridge, we'll go over in just a second, that some type of waterways underneath it. You could simply pull on that, where that car's going now.
Yeah, hold on. Let me see here. The person that just sent me those pictures. Yeah, there's pictures. There's cameras at the Yogi Bear, but none of them are out where like the campers are. It's all up near the office. Everything is up near the office. You know what I mean? Out of private property in the beginning. Could it be Cumberland River? It's very possible. It's very possible. Now, the thing about water is, right? Water is a quick way for one to be discarded, but it's also kind of a dangerous way, right? Because many times things surface, especially like in the Mississippi River, in ponds, lakes. So, but we got to think it, you know, I don't know what was the average temperature? Let me look at the average temperature in February.
Now, right there, you stop your car and you do a dump into the water, and that's reminiscent of Wayne Williams, Atlanta child murders, how he was busted and caught. Take a left here. Now, it's 1 p.m. on a Saturday, so it's a little overcast, but imagine.
Okay, so in Hendersonville, we'll say the average temperature is 55, 60 degrees during the day. Overall. Now, nighttime is a lot cooler in the 30s, right? So the ground's not going to be frozen. The ground's not going to be frozen. But also, whenever, if a person is, for instance, disposing, right? If they are digging something, that takes time and it takes a lot of energy. Are you going to want to be, number one, spending a lot of time at one spot, right? You're not going to want to be in one area very long, right? It's going to look a little suspicious. Look into the Hatchie River. So they each have their pros and cons, if you will, for lack of a better word. But something like a dumpster, right? That would be quick. It would be easy. But again, there is risk involved there as well, right? Risk involved there. I think is it possible, soul shine for Jesus? It is possible. I don't think it's probable though. I don't think this was something that was planned. I really don't. I really, really don't. If your phone is on, yes, Noel. Yes. You can bet that if any, thank you, dispatch. You can bet if any of their phones were off on airplane mode, same thing, for a significant period of time, they are going to be asking them, why the hell was your phone off? Right? Because our phones are not turned off ever. They are never turned off. Right? They are always, always on. And if your phone goes quiet or off on the night of the 25th to the 26th, big problem. Big, big problem for you. You shut your phone off all the time? If that is something that is normal for you, it's probably not going to be as big of a deal, right? Most people don't shut their phones off for any reason. Very, very, very rare. There is also the VoIP. Yes. Yep. I personally, I really don't even entertain the Alaska. Personally, I don't. That would be enormously, enormously risky. Enormously. Um, yeah, you might turn your ringer off, you might turn your volume off. The only time my phone is off, maybe 2 minutes if it dies and I put the fast charger on it, which is very rare. Or if it like it does a update, right? So if police looked at my phone, right, and if I was involved in a crime or they thought, right, and my phone was off for 2 hours that night, they're going to say, "Oh, his phone has never been off. Never been off." Or has only been off maybe 2 times in a year, right? That's going to send alarm bells. It's going to send a lot of alarm bells. Can't still stay. Chris won't even answer the question about the night he was speaking to his wife. They have dogs, hook phone to dog collar. Dogs walk around house, phone pings the movement. Well, yes, you could do that. That's an interesting idea. But I don't know if they would even keep it on. You know, they're constantly rubbing and stuff, but that's interesting. Uh, it could happen, but I would say that, again, we asked Chris, on the night you was talking to Katie, were you moving around? Or did you just sit the phone down and, talk with it on speaker? Do you have it on speaker? Right? Were you at your house? Were you at your camper? Were you at the store? Were you driving? Remember, Sebastian is not even thought about going missing at this point, right? According to Chris and Katie, he didn't go missing till after midnight. But yet, Chris says he can't answer that. That's odd. Right? If you weren't doing anything wrong, why can't you answer it? Why can't you answer it? Doesn't sit right, does it? I just said, yeah, we was just there talking. I was just laying in the bed. And we was just having a conversation. Or, yeah, I was in the in the camper a while, jumped in my car, went down to the gas station to get me a soda pop, something like Chris would say, you know, and that would be that. SL, my love, thank you so much for gifting. Really appreciate you, my darling. If you received one of those 2 pearl necklaces, please thank our beloved SL. Thank you, my dear. Cassie, thank you so much. If they got warrants for landfill, don't you think they got other warrants? Thank you so much, my love. Appreciate you, Cassie. Yes. I do believe that they have probably I would say, I would guarantee you almost that they have done at least 50 warrants for various things so far. Easily 50. Easily 50 warrants for different things. Because remember, for like any program, anything on your phone that comes from, that is shared data with another company, they need a warrant for each one of those. I keep mine on vibrate 24/7. Yeah. Would things still surface even if anchored down? It would eventually, yeah. Yeah. Yes, it's hard to keep something down whenever there is so much, once you're a decedent, right, nature takes over and there is lots of a chemical process that changes, right? Audrey Cunningham. Oh. Have they checked cameras at Melissa's or Mom B's to see who came and who left that day they had their big family day? I know that they checked the Bowerfoots. I do know that they went there. As far as the sister, I don't know. She said some weird things though, doesn't she? I'll take calls if anybody wants to call in. I forgot to do that. Oops, let me change this banner. Yeah, I mean, she's like, what did she say? We've been searching since 6:30. Well, there's a lot of problems. Yes, Grace, last night. There's a lot of problems with 6 and 6:30, right? One is that, how is Chris's sister at the Proudfoot home at 6:30? Number 2, how is Chris in a crane at 6:03 in the morning? Yes, it would eventually surface, yeah. Whenever his job doesn't start till 7. Where's Soldier Girl? She was in earlier. She might be in later. In my opinion, it doesn't make sense for CP to pick up Sebastian. when law enforcement around and take him to. Doesn't make sense. CP to pick up some. I wonder about CP's family. I also wonder about his siblings. Also wonder about his uncle. Oh, I don't. I do you mean like the 17 hours ICU? I don't think he took him back to Hendersonville. No. There is, that private eye lady says she talked to Chris's boss, according to her, and Chris was there at 5:15. That makes no fucking sense. No sense. Either way, it makes no sense. How can you be there at Clutch your pearls?
Hi, Justin. This is Cheryl.
Hi, Cheryl. Oh, hey, will you turn off your background, honey?
I do. I have.
Oh, there's an echo.
Huh.
You don't have any.
I don't know why.
Maybe we
nothing.
Maybe we got a bad line. Can you call me right back?
Sure.
Okay, call me right back.
Okay.
Some type of echo. He was there super early for some reason, not the norm. Why would you be there? You had 3 hours to sleep. And why didn't you leave before you started work? Why would you leave? Like, why wouldn't you just leave before you started work? You was already there.
Cheryl?
Hey, Cheryl.
Hello, Justin. How are you?
Good. How are you, dear?
I'm doing good. At least it's cooled down.
Yes, it has.
Thank God that we were getting 90-degree weather every day.
It was terrible.
But now at least you can tolerate it.
Yeah, exactly.
So what I was calling.
What's up?
Go ahead.
No, just saying what's up.
Do you guys realize that there's a pond inside that campground?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okie dokie.
There certainly
is.
is.
But you know that her sea bag is missing?
I don't know.
Katie's?
I don't know if it is or not.
Yeah, I don't know if it is or not either, but that will be the size of a little boy's body. I was in the military.
Yeah.
And I used to carry around that duffel bag. We call it duffel bag in the Army, but they call it sea bag in the Navy.
Yep. Well, yeah, that's what a military. My friend and her husband are were in the military, and they said, "Oh, he was in the Navy. They got sea bags. Everyone comes home with them."
Yep, and they hold close to 150 pounds. And they lock on the top, and you can put a padlock on it.
Yep.
And it's dry, and you don't have to worry about your stuff getting wet.
Exactly. I mean, they're made for literally military, so they're
For them to
exactly. Do you have a theory on what you think might have happened?
I think Katie went nuts and hit him.
Yep.
And he hit his head somehow. But I something that tells me that she tried to give him antifreeze.
Really? See, that's not going nuts though. That would be planned.
Right. But she was trying to give him something to drink, and he wouldn't drink it.
What makes you think that?
I don't know. It just occurred to me because I don't know. It just being in the garage and everything, it just grosses me out. But it comes to you.
I mean, I think it's crazy the way that you could tell that they like monitored his food all the time.
Yeah. And drink this, eat this, don't eat that. But if you sneak it in the evening, we're going to punish you.
Yeah. I mean, I think they had cameras in that watched, if he went to the kitchen.
Yep. And they were monitoring when he went to the bathroom.
And it's just crazy.
And that the military is crazy things to certain people.
What is that?
And the military does crazy things to people. It gives them power that they think that they go beyond having power.
Yeah, that only happens to psychopaths in the military, though.
Yeah.
Most people, are really good, decent, really. But there are
power.
Yeah. I think Chris thinks that his way is the only way. His way or the highway.
Yep, his way or the highway. His shit don't stink, and he thinks it smells like a bed of roses. So
right.
And I imagine he has his thumb right on Katie.
Yep.
Threatening her. If he threatens Sebastian, he's threatening Katie.
Exactly. Yeah. But I don't think Katie's a wilted violet. I think she's comfortable with her lifestyle.
Yeah.
I think she didn't grow up with that lifestyle, and I think she's, comfortable.
Right.
Yeah.
I with the upbringing that she was brought up with and everything, you would think that she would never, ever even consider letting this man discipline her child.
You would think.
If Sebastian was mine, and he touched my kid like that, I think I'd bobatize him.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he wanted Sebastian, everything of Sebastian's out of the home. Everything.
Everything's gone out of there now.
Well, I mean,
she was done
Yeah. Hey, my dear, I'm getting another call. I'm gonna let you go. Okay.
Okie dokie.
Thank you for calling.
You have a good.
You too.
You have a great night.
Bye bye.
From Pamela.
Hello, Pamela.
Hello, Justin. How are you?
Are you clutching your pearls?
I am really
Okay.
tight.
We're good. All right, making sure. How are you doing?
Yes, sir. I'm doing okay.
Excellent.
And I just wanted to say that everyone, not everyone, but some think poor Katie is under his spell and whatever. But if you listen to Chris's ex-wife Nina, her interview there, she mentioned about how cruel Katie was to her, things she would say to her.
Oh,
and things like that.
Very good point, because remember, she allegedly chased Nina through the airport laughing.
Right. And she's not that little meek girl that everybody, or not, that some think she is.
Mm-hmm.
Chris is an ogre. I mean, he's rude, but I think they're two peas in a pot. I don't think that she's a victim of his at all. I think I think they're both diabolical.
Very good point.
I also think that he was home that night, and I think those are the bite marks on his arms. I think that he got into it with Sebastian, and Sebastian was trying to get away from him, and it may not have been planned, but I believe he did it.
See,
for any woman to allow a man to hurt their child and then stand by them, there's something wrong with her.
She's Tammy Wynette, standing by her man.
That's right.
I think if Chris was really at work at 5:30 in the morning, then this had to happen. And if he would be involved, I think he would have had to have been there that evening.
Yeah, I think so too. I really do. I mean, I just think the marks on his arms are from somewhere. I mean, they don't look like anything that he got from
a Yorkie,
playing with the dog.
A Morkie.
And if that's the case, when was he around those dogs?
Yeah.
So, well, I won't keep you. I just want to say that about her not being a little patsy.
That's a really good point. I'll have to remember that, because she was allegedly chasing.
She was mean to her. She was, she said some really bad, hurtful things, and I don't know. I just don't think that she's. I don't think she's a nice person either.
Yeah, I think I think sometimes when you get in specific relationships, it doesn't have to be, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, husband, a wife. It can be friendships that you will do things that you wouldn't normally do. Right?
Yeah,
it's like that. It's a group mentality or an influence.
Yeah.
Right.
I think so too. Yep. And some people are just born mean. They just like to be mean. She's a biker girl. Let's be real. They're not. A lot of time, I don't know. Back in my day, when they were pretty scrappy.
Yeah.
Might have changed since then, but they're scrappers. They're not. No browbeaten woman. They're scrappers themselves.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So,
It's crazy.
yeah.
Well, thank
All right,
you.
I'll let you get back to your sleuthing. I love listening to it.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you for your support. Thank you for calling.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Good call. Good call. Then she carries F around like her baby girl. I mean, she was Facebook Living that, wasn't she? It's really weird to see someone call in or go live.
To accept, press 1.
Clutch your pearls.
Hey, Justin, this is Rhonda McDowell.
Hey, how are you, Rhonda?
I'm doing well. I just called to kind of follow up with your last caller.
Sure.
When she was commenting about how mean Katie could actually be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Katie's a victim of Chris by any means whatsoever.
Uh-huh.
I think you're dealing with two strong narcissistic personalities, and I can say that because I have a mother who's very similar to Katie. Haven't dealt with her since 2000. I won't ever deal with her again.
Right. It's hard.
But when you hear, but it's for the best.
Right.
When you hear, so I can understand a lot of what Sebastian might have gone through in some ways.
Mm-hmm.
When I listen to Katie and Chris when they're together, and they would talk about Sebastian and make fun of him and make the little voices that are so just not him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, when they were like, it was like watching a couple of mean kids ganging up on the third child, and they were just like tearing him down, and they got such pleasure in it. I mean, the way she'd laugh and the way, he'd squeal, and if he didn't like flies. I don't like flies, so what?
Right.
But she's not a nice person, and anybody that thinks she's Chris's victim is sadly mistaken. And I'm sorry, I'm telling you that as a child of a narcissistic mother.
No, I agree. I think, what I think is interesting now is I really don't think it's probably very sunshiny in the Proudfoot home right now.
Oh, it's not. And they're probably waiting every moment for that knock on the door for them to show up.
I think so. I would agree.
I mean, the stress waiting for the door to get knocked on and be taken down and saying, hey, we think that you are responsible. I think that stress alone has got to be really piling up on them.
Yeah. And I think they have to be together now.
Yeah.
They have to be at this point. They can't.
They're going to be miserable.
Well, I mean, in a sense, this is probably Chris's, hell, having to be married to a one human being for the rest of his life. So,
right.
So I think that perhaps, they will eventually probably, this is just maybe a prediction, in my opinion, that they will probably stay married, live together, but have separate lives.
Yeah, I kind of see that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Either that or law enforcement is going to get enough evidence and offer one of them to turn on the other for a deal. And I think Chris is going to be the first one to start squealing.
Mm-hmm.
Because he doesn't want to go to prison.
Yeah. I think...
I mean, he would not be the big man he thinks he is in prison, I don't think.
No. God, no. God, prison.
He would find out what it would be like to be bullied. And boy, wouldn't that be
he would find out what it would be like to be a bitch.
Yeah.
That's what he found. Just...
Right. I think law enforcement is building a very good case, and hopefully they both go away.
I think it's going to take a lot. I pray you're right.
We need the body.
Yep.
And I mean, poor Sebastian. I know his father, Seth, loved him. He's not a perfect person. I'm not saying he is.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I do know is Sebastian might not have known love in his house, but wherever he is now, he knows how much we all love him.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, I'm going to let somebody else have a chance, but I just wanted to get through and say to people, do not buy this act. Katie's not a victim. She's a willing participant. Listen to how she speaks of her son, and they giggle about it.
Yep. You're right.
All right, Justin, you have a great night.
Thank you, my dear. Thanks for calling.
Yep,
Bye-bye.
thank you. Bye-bye.
Caller. Paige Turner, welcome to the Pearl Club. Appreciate y'all. Please welcome our new Pearl member, Paige. Pearls look amazing on you. Thank you so much for your support. Really do appreciate that, my dear. Thank you. We are accepting callers. We're almost at 1,000 thumbs. Just the tip. Just the tip. Come on. That's what Chris said to his first 5 wives. I think the only reason CP and CB are covering for KB is because of I think the only reason CP. Hello, Miranda. Good to see you. I think KP will do whatever for CP now. Well, it's all she's got, right? This is, I mean, I don't think Chris is going to get full custody of his daughter. Do you? I mean, I don't think that. I mean, why would they take away custody? This might be a troll. I don't know.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hold on 1 second. Okay. All right. Going on. KP better realize will hold over her head and throw her under the. I mean, there could be some type of deal in the future. I don't know. You know what I mean? The thing is, like, how do you split custody when you are in 2 different states? You know what I mean? Like, you are in. How do you split custody? Like, one's got to have you through the school year, right? It's got to be just vacations and holidays, but that's not. Thank you, Janine. Get some rest, honey. Let's see here. Rhonda McDowell, excellent observation. I've said the psychology of the case is the solution. CP sister and cousin works at sheriff's department. No. His sister doesn't. She works. Is ICU in here? she'll remember. Well, CP is as bad as the sun. Well, KP, I mean, yeah, kind of feels that way, doesn't it? Chris has a lot more to lose than Katie does when it comes to his daughter. He will turn on Katie and save himself. You know what really saddens me about this is Katie or Seth. This is the only child he has. This is the only child he has. Right?
To accept,
One
press
second.
1. To send.
Hello.
I just had a thought.
So,
What judge on this earth would allow Chris to have
honey,
his daughter?
you're muffled. I can't hardly hear you.
One moment.
Can you hear me now?
Way better. 1,000 times better. Yes.
Oh, sorry, I had headphones on.
That's okay.
Terrible habit.
That's okay.
I want to know what judge on this earth would allow Chris to have his daughter after his stepson is missing in the middle of all this.
It's beyond me. But I will tell you that particularly New Mexico is very pro father. Very, very, very pro father. Very.
Well, I'm not pro father or mother. I'm just pro let's have some intelligence here.
I agree. I agree. I mean,
send a child to a home where there's a missing child.
I mean, there is, let me send you to a child where the parents are saying they have no idea what happened to their kid. Right?
Exactly. I mean, that's just, and I try to have an open mind,
right?
Because I know that sometimes, not in this case, sometimes one of the first things that they want to do is start pointing the finger at the parent of a missing child. And I know that because my little brother-in-law was missing.
Right.
And when I first became pregnant with my daughter, who is now 43, I think. Yeah, but it was right before the Wayne Williams case in Atlanta. But he was missing, and the first thing, of course, they want to do, because he had been a runaway. He was only 9 at the time, but he was a runner. He would take off, and you'd have to hunt him down, and that's the first thing that they want to say. But that was, of course, not the case, and they found that out a couple of weeks later. But it's a horrible thing for a family to have to go through.
It is.
Parents, the family members, but it's not always that case that someone, just a stranger, grabbed a child. It's not always the case, and I see more now than ever the evil in this world of the parents. I can't believe it. I mean, it's like daily.
It's bizarre.
A mother put her baby in a microwave. I mean, what is wrong with these people now?
How does? Yeah, she put her baby in an oven recently.
Oh, yeah.
There was a mother. I mean, what kind of evil do you have to be to do something like that? You know what I mean? And,
I can't even imagine, Justin. I can't imagine.
If there was, for me, right, I always say, if there was a scent of Sebastian, there would be no way I would be suspicious, right? Like if there wasn't that video of this car and these lights coming literally from the direction of their home and one running back, right? And we have,
Exactly.
you know, there would be the last thing a human being wants to do is think that a parent or anyone in the home could do something this to a child, much less an autistic child, right?
Exactly. I mean, I just can't imagine, because I always took in, when my kids got a little older, teenagers, preteens, I had 3 or 4 boys at my home at one time with my son, and then the same with my daughter. And when they got a little older, you wouldn't believe it. I would have mothers, their child would be at my home for, sometimes I had one that stayed with me for months, and they wouldn't even call and check on them. And I thought that was bad. You know, I was like, I can't imagine this. You know, that's why I had the boys at my house, because I didn't want my son to be gone for a day, you know. But you think about now, it's just so much worse. And I've been following this case from the beginning. I love, that sounded horrible. When I said I love to study true crime. I don't know if that came out.
Right.
But I mean, I follow true crime because I've always been interested in the law. I took law classes even in high school, but I just been following this case, and I watch you every time I can catch you. For some reason, YouTube doesn't notify me like it's supposed to when you're coming live, so I just have to try to listen in when you're going to come next. But I see you every day, and I follow it. I'm like, you have opened up my eyes the more times we watch, you know, an interview, or we go over it again and again. I just have to think, you know, what is Ellie doing? I mean, what are they doing? You know, doesn't seem like, or maybe they do know, and they just are waiting to try to get that one piece of evidence.
I think they absolutely know. I think they absolutely know. But, you know, them knowing, what did a cop told me, how did he say? He said how did he say it? I can't remember. He's like, sometimes we know, we just can't. He said, just because, I forget how he said it, but it was like, just because you know it, but sometimes you can't prove it.
Exactly.
Something like that. He's like, sometimes we know it, but sometimes we can't prove it, or there's not enough to prove it, to send it over to the prosecutor, you know, or the prosecutor will come back and say, I don't feel confident enough. We got a one-time shot at this. And they'll say, we're just going to wait. We're just going to wait.
Exactly.
Hopefully something will come up.
That's true. I won't keep you, but that was just driving me insane, because I thought about the interview with Nina and how she said that Chris told her more than once that he had something he needed to tell her. And I was hanging on the edge of my seat, you know, and I'm thinking, why didn't you just tell him, no, Christopher, I don't want to talk to you. I'm thinking, why didn't you listen to him? He might have told you.
Yeah. Well, because at this point, I don't think she thought, I mean, this was just 2 or 3 days in, right? So I don't think that there wasn't this, what it is today, right?
Yeah.
This was, literally right when she was speaking to him, that's when, you know, they kind of started saying, we're going to start, you know, looking at more investigating and stuff. So trust me, I know.
I understand her not wanting to talk to him, because God forbid. I've had a bad ex-husband.
Yeah. He's been fighting with her for 6 years.
Exactly. I wouldn't want to speak to him either.
I mean,
I
yeah.
wouldn't want to speak to him if he weren't my husband, you know?
Yeah. I think
Well, I
Chris
won't
wanted
keep
to talk to someone
going.
that night for sure. He wanted to,
Yeah,
but he,
he wanted to get something off his chest, probably, and now it's gone too far. So,
mm-hmm.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I will keep you, and I'm going to be here watching in the chat.
Thank you, my dear.
Sometimes I have to sit the phone down, and that's why I wear headset, so I can hear you.
Yeah.
Because I have grandchildren all in my house. Well, they're not children anymore. My granddaughter just turned 18 on the 16th. So,
Yeah. They don't
she's
want to
still
hear
like
it.
a child.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to hear it. Yeah, although she does the same thing. She studies true crime. She's interested, and we've watched a lot of things together. But sometimes I try to keep her away from some things because
Understandable.
I can't hardly handle it sometimes. You know,
it can be a lot. Trust.
Exactly. Well, you have a good evening. I'll be watching.
You. Thank you, dear.
And thank you so much. You take care,
You
dear.
too, hon. Bye-bye. All right. Great caller. Okay, she played the ones with the words the night, and there is alleged thought that they knew one another. I do wonder, not gonna lie. Thank you, be in Florida. Even if it was an accident and cover up, this now become well closer to you, Donna. See, personally, I don't think, a lot of people think accident. Well, we got to think about it in terms of what's an accident. Okay, an accident is if Sebastian is in the bathtub, right? And he's getting out of the bathtub and he steps on the floor, falls, does something that's really, really bad. That's an accident. That's an accident. So accidents you call, right? You call slip and fall accident. You call 911. Nothing happened, right? I mean, something happened, but nothing happened nefarious, right? Now, I call, it's deliberate, but also, okay. You went to, say, Chris or Katie or someone went to
Trishy?
Hey Trishy, just one moment, please, okay? Just say for instance that they went to smack him, right? But they did it with such force it broke his neck, right? Well, you meant to slap them, right? But you didn't mean to break someone's neck, right? Now that probably wouldn't, right? You meant to give Sebastian or whoever their medicine, right? But you gave them more than they should. It's not an accident, right? Sorry for your hold, dear. Thank you for calling.
That's okay. Hi, Justin.
Hello.
It's Trishy. How are you?
Hey, Trishy. Good. How are you, darling?
I'm doing good. I just missed that first hour, I think. But I wanted to bounce off my theory.
Sure. Love to hear it. Absolutely.
I actually don't have any clue about what happened after the accident or the abduction or whatever we want to say happened to for Sebastian. But my theory is that perhaps, and this is just based on like analysis of behavior
Okay.
of the, during the interviews with the parents, right, or with Chris and Katie, and how as a mom, and I have special needs kids, and I've had loss and tragedy and dealt with a lot of, scary trauma stuff with my kids. And so I was looking at the mom's behavior, especially in that one, which interview it was. It was the Duchess interview.
Uh-huh.
And just watching her and trying to relate, trying to see, verify, is this how I would feel? Now,
I'm sorry to interrupt. Now with the Duchess interview,
okay.
you can't see them.
Oh, you mean that's the hands one only?
No, that's not with Duchess. Duchess was the first two interviews, and then there's one with the news that they show their faces, and then there is Olivia's Chronicles of Olivia, where they're sitting with the crane in front of them. And then there's the Nancy Grace.
The Nancy Grace was that one. She was like comatose.
Yeah.
Like no expression.
Yeah.
But the one that was closer to it probably was Olivia's. But basically it was just like she was downtrodden, listless kind of acting, not energized like how you would be panicking, worrying, stressed out, frantic, nervous,
Yeah.
That's the energy that I would have felt.
Right.
So anyway, I was just basing that. And then, but I did see grief. I did see, I did feel like as a mom,
she's
kind of like the grief.
There's no doubt she's grieving. There's no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely believe Katie is grieving. I absolutely do. Yeah. But I think she's also hiding her ass too. So.
Totally. And she's grieving, and perhaps. So this is what I was thinking. I was trying to like analyze, what would cause, that response. Like she has guilty knowledge, and then she has some guilty knowledge. She's grieving. She feels a loss.
Yeah.
It's obviously scripted.
Yes.
In terms of how we did this. Oh, and then the other thing I realized too is that she doesn't talk about when she's searching for him. She doesn't say, "I was thinking this. I was wondering, did he go here?"
Right.
I was thinking to myself, "I'm going to look over here," because that's what I would do if I was talking about my little guy running out. I would say,
I checked this, I checked that, I ran over here, I ran over there, I ran back.
Well, and what was I thinking? Like I would repeat to the person, I was wondering, did he go here?
Right.
I was thinking to myself.
Exactly, yes.
Because you're alone. She didn't have anyone to talk to, right? She was there by herself, supposedly.
Exactly.
So those are just so, and then, so that was suspicious. And then, what was the other thing? Obviously, I thought it was suspicious that they did not go to the news right away, that they went to, the other thing, as a parent of a special needs kid, that that's a highlighted situation. Like, that makes your child more vulnerable. As the mom, you'd want to know, okay, I want to get this out there. He's fearful of this. He can do this. And how does this diagnosis impact his daily life? Like, what are some things that you're worried about as a mom? And also, how can we, alert the public that, he's at risk? That wasn't even the first thing they said. They didn't acknowledge. They didn't say, "Oh, he doesn't have his shoes on.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have a phone. He's in his pajamas. He's going to be cold. I'm really, worried."
Yes.
Whatever. Like, maybe he does have some shyness that comes with his diagnosis.
Yes.
He's a little shy. He's going to be apprehensive, or he's really trustworthy or trusting of others. And So
People thinks
so that
people's like, well, you don't know how you grieve. Well, whenever this happens, you're not worried about yourself at that point. You're worried about your child.
exactly.
So I don't want him to be cold tonight. What can we do? What can we do? What can I do? What can I do? I need to get out there and tell people this. If they find him, he's got autism. He's, he doesn't like this.
Yeah.
If you see him, he might be around this area. He likes to do these things. It doesn't take 8 days.
Right. Exactly. Very, very vague about the diagnosis. Very vague about his abilities and, issues related to that. So it's super vague. I even have little notes here, but I feel like possibly there was some abuse or, really harsh punishment, I'm going to call it, maybe on that evening. And that maybe Chris was there, maybe he wasn't, I have no idea, but that they were together in the punishment factor, kind of going on Peter Hyde's, theory that together they enacted like a punishment, and it was harsh. And he felt, poor Sebastian felt belittled and maybe did some self-harming, maybe took too much, or maybe he took his medicine or his nighttime medicine,
Mm-hmm.
and then his mom gave. I mean, it could have been an accident like that, or that maybe it was more asphyxiation style.
Worry about that. That's one of my top. That's one of my top. Yep.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, with that bullying girl, that just brought that to my. That was like, oh, the girl that got bullied, and isn't that what happened to her?
She was bullied. No, she
Aubrey.
Yeah, she was found in a closet, if you get my drift.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. And then I was thinking, gosh, we don't know. He was at a vulnerable age, and considering that he was developmentally, pretty with it in terms of his development, so he would be vulnerable to feeling, I'm aware of his differences perhaps, and making him susceptible to that, those rules. So, his self-esteem was impacted, and
yeah,
I was thinking that
I think that would be accident. Like I don't think that's nothing you hide, right?
Right.
I don't think that's something you're going to go to prison for. You know what I mean? But I think like maybe, I don't know. I don't.
I know. I'm still kind of, waffling on that. But if you are them and you're so preoccupied with appearances, maybe, and you're worried that this would come back as a bad parenting. You know how he's all about.
Sure.
CP is all about appearances,
image,
we were
image.
the best parents. We didn't let him look on the internet, and
right.
We were,
Right.
So I was feeling like maybe,
yeah.
And then also worried that they would be investigated. Like they could say, oh, it looks like a self-harming situation, but it could turn. The investigation could turn on them, and I don't know. I just, when the stud thing, and she did the thing with the hand, the hand across the neck. And I'm like, oh, geez, I don't know. That sounds kind of, and then the grief, and then
I think this will be neck or head related.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yep.
I think you're right.
Well,
I think that's all. I mean, I don't. And the movement, like as far as the flashlights, that totally makes sense to me in terms of.
I mean, yeah. When's the last time someone's pulled up to a non-house, at 3:00 in the morning, and these flashlights come out of a common area from the direction of your house, and then 3 hours later, you have a child that's missing. right?
Right.
And then one runs back toward the direction of your house that the child is going to go missing from in, 3 hours from now. Mohawk,
Yeah.
in chat, my mod, she talks about the deep pressure hugs from behind, which is, a common way to settle them, but sometimes I guess people could take that too far, if you will.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah,
So
that is true. I mean, that is a risk, I think, and because he's bigger now, perhaps when he was younger, they used to be able to do it and have more control. But now that he's larger, and maybe it doesn't calm him quickly, and it kind of escalated. That's definitely a possibility.
I was looking over. I'm always trying to compare cases because I think we can learn a lot from things that have happened in the past, right? To because nothing's new under the sun, as they say. And there, this woman, she was sitting on top of a child, and he was a foster child, and she was on the phone while she was on, and she was talking to the social worker while she was on the phone, and she thought he was settling down, right? And he died, completely died. And so maybe in the, I always kind of wonder, like, Mohawk talks about that pressure hug, I wonder, do they think, or I mean, is the pressure hug and they thought they were settling down, and it went too far.
The other reason that I was thinking that it wasn't so you know how Katie goes on and describes like how wonderful the day was and how wonderful the weekend was, and she makes everything so chipper, and she really emphasizes his mood. How his mood was such a good mood, and everyone we talked about said that he was in a good mood.
Yep.
And blah blah blah, or everyone that saw him, and then how she shows the picture of Sebastian to Seb, saying, "Look at his happy face," or "He was so happy." So that was like, he obviously, to me, it was like she was trying to prove that he was in a good mood, right? He was like, he wasn't upset, he was happy, and almost trying to convince herself that he was happy as well. So like, kind of playing into my self-harm thing, like she doesn't understand why he did that. And so I was also thinking, how she makes the statement, "I don't know why he walked out that door."
Yeah.
In my head, I'm thinking, yeah, she's really thinking, I don't know why he did what he did, like self-harming. I don't know why.
I don't know why.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that was all of my little points. There was something else, and I can't now remember.
Yeah, Kat says in Tennessee Mountain, to me the thud is a specific sound that I wonder, and then
the thud in Tennessee.
the thud, I believe there's something to do with the sound. I do believe that. Now that makes me wonder, was someone, could Chris be home and she was, sleeping on the couch, him and Sebastian got into it, and she hears a thud, right? Or did give too much medication, he got up, thud.
Or she could have maybe also maybe he was really frustrated and had act it out a bit, and during bedtime, and then it was like a mixture of medication that she was like, "Oh, I'll just give him this and this one because he's extra upset, tonight or whatever. And then I don't like it. So then it could still play off the, I don't know why he was so upset. I don't know why he was acting out. I don't know why, and
Right.
then, but anyway. And then, of course, on top of it all, we have CP acting like a buffoon.
Yes.
On interview after interview after interview, worried about his image and not worried about, just his child.
Yeah. Exactly.
But I love your show, Justin. You are awesome, and you keep me entertained, and you keep me researching and thinking, and
Thank
I
you.
totally appreciate you.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you for calling.
And you're welcome. Have a great one.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Great call. Great call. We've got a little bit of information coming in here with the 2-year-old Chloe Russell from Ohio. Was it Ohio? Hold on. Let me see. Let me check. Bear with me. From Illinois. Okay. This is a 2-year-old that was found when she was missing for 11 and a half hours. There is an update from City of Canton Police Department, Illinois. This was yesterday morning at 7:52 a.m. So this is from the 19th. July 19th. Canton police were called to 500 block of Custer Place on a report of a missing 2-year-old Chloe Russell. Responding officers searched the residence with the family, but could not locate the child. After additional personnel arrived on the scene, officers expanded the search of the surrounding neighborhood, and Canton Fire Department used thermal imaging cameras to search the residence a second time with no result. Okay, that's interesting. At that point, outside agencies were called to assist, and the search ramped up to include specialized search and rescue personnel, drones, airplanes, and canines. A command center was established at the Regional Office of Education number 26 building near the residence, and the multi-agency effort was underway. During the time, community residents made an unofficial but parallel effort via social media and word of mouth to help locate the child. Quote, it was heartening to see the community come together in a moment's notice to volunteer to help locate Chloe, said Canton Police Chief Mike Eveland. Just the idea that everyone seemed willing to drop everything and walk the neighborhood to help us find her, that and the many phone calls we received of people wanting to give us even the smallest information they could help. Chief Evelyn also noticed that Chloe's family cooperated with all involved agencies during the search progress. He said that there is no evidence of criminal activity on anyone's behalf at this point in the investigation. Okay, good. He said there is no evidence of criminal activity of anyone's behalf at this point in the investigation. Among agencies that joined the effort was the Fulton County. Okay, there's a lot of them, like half a page. A Pizza of Canton was happy to donate pizza to the team. As the evening progressed, Illinois State Police scene technicians searched the residence once more as a preliminary step in processing the scenes for further leads to help locate the child. It was at that time that Chloe was found in an upstairs closet. She was transported to Graham Hospital to be evaluated and receive any necessary medical attention. She was later released to guardians after being checked out and found to be in good health. Quote, the main thing here is that Chloe was found safely and that she is in good health, said Chief Evelyn. Canton Mayor Kent McDonald echoed the chief's statement. The important part of yesterday's event was that the little girl was found safe. Our public safety departments and public works did an outstanding job working with outside agencies to canvass the area for Chloe. I want to thank the mayors of Lewiston and Farmington for reaching out for assistance. Seeing the community together in a time of crisis for this little girl showed the positive aspects of living in small Midwestern communities like ours. Great update that we many times don't get to hear. So there it is, people. There it is. I want to thank you, Pamela Pix, for your donation. Really appreciate it. There is more to that video. The car moved and the cameras had to have it captured it. I wish the rest of it would get leaked. Thanks, Justin. So do I. So do I. Guardians. It was a couple that she is adopted, or I think she's a foster care, allegedly going into adoption, if I'm right about that Mohawk. So there's that. 4 little brothers. Yes, the 4 little brothers was found. Yes, thank God. The grandma was adopting her allegedly, so possibly yes. Yep. Now we need to find little 15-year-old out of California. Sorry, I can't think of her name at the moment. Brain fog. Yes, they found the little boys. They were only, remember, they were only, yes, Allison Chow, thank you. And Elijah. I'm gonna have an update on Elijah maybe tomorrow. Crime Critter is at the house. What did Crime Critter say? The daughter and the mom was adopting her, I think. Yeah, it was something to that effect. Something to that effect, yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to call it here. We're a little bit over 3 hours. I want to thank you guys. I really appreciate you all. You all are amazing. You lift up me today. Thank you so much. I went and got some sun and appreciate you all. Good news. But yeah, if anything comes, any news breaks, I'll be here. Thank you so much for your time. You guys could have chosen to be anywhere on the planet right now, anywhere on the internet. You chose to be here. Thank you, truly. Mods, members, everyone here. Thank you guys so much. And to our replay crew. Love you guys. God bless you. I will see you tomorrow, Lord willing. Get some rest. Take care of yourselves. Love you guys. Good night and God bless.